likes this song, Amazing Grace. As a matter of fact, he actually liked this much. He liked the song so much he actually made his own lyrics about the fellowship that he was in. But my mom likes to share this song with everybody. It's Amazing Grace. I don't know how everybody could hear this, so I'm going to play it and see if we could hear it. You know, last night we were like downloading these songs. We had different versions, different, renditions of the same song, and on the way in we're like, what's, Mom asking mother, what version is best? So here it is. Whatever it is, it is. Okay. I don't know if you guys know, my dad had a harmonica back in the day when he was in the army. So he likes, I think he likes, it sounds something like this. I'm cool. I'm trying to work on your harmonica.
Very soulful.
Alright, before we start, I know that some of you may have mixed emotions, happy, sad, or happy and sad. I just want to say this, that I think after 20 years since the passing of my dad, you can all take a look around and say it's actually a happy occasion, because all of us are here, with families and such. So we are happy and glad, and may this be like a reflection of his 20th memorial, to be a festive one. And I wanted to say this: if you look at the picture that Cloud drew, this is actually a collector's edition. Limited. It's a limited. Yeah, all you get is, that's it. This is the one of 40 that we made. That's it.
That's the original.
That's the original. That's right.
We got one of 40. Number one right here.
So these are collectors. So these are collector's edition. I don't want to see anything on eBay or Amazon. I'm trying to sell this, trying to make profit, because it's not.
Yeah, you guys do. I want royalty.
So again, I want to say this, and thankful Lee, that everybody can be here. Sorry, Mom. Look, we'll do a play. Okay, so with that in mind, we're just gonna play Amazing Grace.
Can you sing it?
Amazing Grace, how
Sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Most high, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear.
I don't know if you guys know that my dad played the harmonica back in the army. He said he's there, in Taiwan. 2 years mandatory training, so you gotta be there. And you do shooting the breeze, play the harmonica. Helps passing the time.
Yeah.
It's good. Nice.
We did, yeah. We did not play.
We've been there 10,000 years. Bright shining as the sun. In all last days to sing God's praise. When we first begun.
Prior to selecting this song, we had different versions, like I said before. We had the Elvis Presley version, we had the Leanne Rhymes, we even had a Chinese singer that was singing, and it's good. But I think regardless of what it is, regardless of what it is, I think the words are very meaningful. And when we are singing this song, just think of it as that my dad, lived a very fruitful life. He's looking down on our shoulders. He sees all of us here. That he's grateful. Amazing grace that that God has cast His care on him and on all of us. I have a few minutes. I also especially like to ask my sister and my two brothers if they have any fond memories of my dad. Not to put you on the spot, of course, but if you have something to say, something to share, go ahead and do so. We're gonna sing the song again, different version. The Elvis Presley version, though. Has it? No? Yes, no. So we're gonna have the other version.
Elvis version.
薄的都是飞掉的，要抓紧。这是猫王唱的。
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. In there 10,000 bright shining as the sun. In all last days to sing God's praise. And when we first begun. Just talk and sniff. I have already come to His grace and brought me safe thus far.
was the Elvis version. I wanted to share this with you. Like I mentioned earlier before, I guess this is one of my father's favorite hymns that he did take the time to write his own lyrics. So this is a little sample of what he did, and I did. It was written in Chinese, but I translated it in English. At that time, you know, both my mom and dad, they're involved with this Eastern region fellowship because it's closer to the Long Island area. Just Dongshu, right? So he says, so he wrote 5 verses, and the first one says, Eastern fellowship, brothers and sisters, sharing and caring for each other. Jesus Christ saved you and me, and the Holy Cross is amazing. And the second verse it says, as pointed by God, we are here celebrating God's love, connected by His love and Spirit in His everlasting grace. And the third verse says, filled with Spirit, casting upon Eastern fellowship, not separated by time or space, lean upon Jesus who shares your sorrows together with your siblings and relatives. Verse number 4 is, pray for God's Spirit to cast upon us. We eagerly await across the continent to spread the gospel to all ends of the earth. And final verse says, I love the fellowship and the fellowship loves me. God's love filled my heart as one with Christ, with common goal, God's grace cast down on Eastern fellowship. I think if we can reflect upon this, I think in a way we can say, instead of the Eastern fellowship, we are a fellowship. We are family. So that was written, I don't know, 20, 25 years ago, whatever. So I think it's good that you know, I would like to share that on behalf of my mom to share that with you. If you want the Chinese version, you can ask her. Right? Anybody who wants to know the Chinese version, you can ask my mom. Alright, so without further ado, we have another version, right, Mom? The basic base? We have another version.
中文的是华文，国语的是。This song is one of the most famous songs
Of all time.
and it's really meaningful.
We've mentioned before that any of you, especially my sister, my two brothers, if you have any fond memories of my dad, I have a quick story. When we were young, I think when I was in elementary, when I was in junior high school, so that makes Judy elementary, definitely Morgan, Dave elementary. You know, they play little leagues, baseball. And the competition was usually, I think, was Taiwanese National Little League, whatever. They would travel all the way to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to play with the U.S. team. And as you know, Pittsburgh is like, what was it, 300 something miles away. 370 miles away to be exact, about 6 hours drive. So you gotta jump on the, I guess, Route 80, go all the way towards west. Once you get to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you're actually closer to Cleveland, Ohio, you know, than to New York. So one of the funnest memories that I have is, you know, that my dad likes to drive everywhere he went. Because flying, forget flying. We'd rather drive. And I realized that because when you drive, pack everybody in one car, and you can talk about stories and share stories and this and that. We drove this, I think we went there twice. See the southbound Sugarhouse. I remember one time we were in the car for like 6 hours. And we're like, what do you talk about in 6 hours? And then, you know, over there in Pittsburgh, there are no hotels. So we drive right back the same day. So mind you, we would get up like Judah, right? Like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody in their pajamas, into this car. I think at the time, Golden Boy were like. Grandma, Grandpa was there. We were packing the car, drive 6 hours plus hours. You know, minus, you know. David was like, well, a couple years.
Was it the red Pontiac?
The red Pontiac.
Bonneville?
Yes.
I remember that car.
So it was 6 hours. You know, you gotta stop for breaks and dinner, lunch or whatever. And the whole event took place until like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And then we would stay for dinner. And then he would, since there are no hotels there, we'll have to drive another 6 hours back. But we made sure we stopped by Chinatown because Chinatown has the best Chinese food. So we came back home. So it was good because I think gave us a lot of opportunity to spend time. You know, those are wonderful memories.
We'll win the game, Jack.
So you know, with that thought, I'm gonna pass it down to something. I'm gonna give the floor to them.
Okay.
I have a lot of stories about my dad. A lot of stories. A lot of it is snapshots because I was very young when he passed away. But what I remember was he was a man of few words but more action. So I remember one time I was eating, this was in Lao Jia on 222nd Street, and I was eating in my mom's room. My mom's room had that blue carpet, and I remember he told me, don't ever eat in my mom's room because that's the carpet. But I eat cereal anyway. I was watching TV on a chair. And I remember I was pouring some more milk in there, and I accidentally poured the milk out. It was a mess everywhere. And my dad was on the phone, you know, in the kitchen, and the phone had the long cord, you know. So I would clean it up when he got off the phone. And I cleaned up, but I didn't have enough time. So I went to the kitchen to get all the bounty. Something happened, I got a lot of bounty and trying, you know, damn it. And I remember when my dad was off the phone, he came in, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get hit. But 他没有说一句话，他就帮我弄眼睛 didn't say a word. Help me clean it up. Nothing. No punishment. Nothing at all. So that was one of my memories that I had. He was a very kind person. And I don't know, from time to time I still have memories of, every time I have a dream about Baba, it was always in that house. Even though I went to Stony Brook, I lived in different places, right? It's always about that house. It always goes back there. And there were times that I remember dreaming that I was in Flushing, walking, I remember the KFC,
Yep.
where Main Street and Casina,
LAR.
KFC's not there anymore, but where Starbucks was, there used to be a Pies. I always have my point of view, and my point of view was low. Maybe with Harrison's age, like that height. A low point of view, looking up. And it was very, very crowded. Flushing, this is in my dream. Very, very crowded. And I see Baba walking towards me in his hat. Not a Mauser with a feather. Yeah, I remember. He was very, very crowded.
He was a pimp.
And so that's the memory that I always keep in my mind. That's it.
Okay, one more. Hang on.
现在我可以挑谁
Okay.
who's coming next.
Okay, one more. Wait. Step up a little bit. Step up a little bit.